Hey, everybody. Hey, this is Kisa, Coach K, and just like that. I am in here on a Monday, right? Just like that. Hey, I'm so glad that you are tuning in tonight. Won't be before you long. Gotta move on, have some other things to move on to do. However, I wanted to come to you this week. Excuse me, I felt it coming and I just couldn't hold it. Sinus and stuff like that, right? But I wanted to come to you this week and talk about a couple of things as it relates to the dating world, right? So, again, I am Kisa. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am before I dive right in. And the topic tonight, you have your ears on? Are we dating all wrong? So, before I get there, okay, let me introduce myself to you again. I am Kisa, Coach K. Who am I? I am a life coach, of course, the life change strategist. Change is my jam. Like, I've been through lots of major life changes, have had to confront them and move through them head on. But guess what? You have too. You may not have even known that it was really a life change, but that is the one constant in life, and that's change. So it's part of what I do, whether it's related to your life in general, your career, or your relationships. I help people successfully confront and navigate through change as a double certified life coach. Okay. I am also a 30-year broadcasting veteran. Okay. Broadcasting, print, and corporate communications veteran. Yep. Longtime communicator, okay, and a current columnist and writer, actually. So I have a long career in broadcasting news, and also in print journalism as well. And that is not all. Currently, I am and here's my information in case you need to contact me, KisaSharp.com/life coaching. And I'm also the founder and creator of AllShadeNaturals.com. We have a close of summer sale. Summer blast sale is what we're calling it. All Shea Naturals 30% off with code SUMMER for luxury shea butters and sugar scrubs. Okay, shea butters and sugar scrubs. And just around the corner, we're getting ready to unveil some lip scrubs, which are all the rage, I can assure you. Okay. AllShadeNaturals.com. So back to why I'm doing this. I think it just kind of dawned on me that, at 52, there are some things I've definitely done right. There are things that I have most assuredly done wrong in the dating and relationship arena. So I don't look at that so seriously in the sense of I do want to get better, but I don't have a problem sharing some of my mistakes or some of the things that I've walked through or some of the things that I've learned in the effort to help someone else do it better. And am I alone? Or has the dating scene like not just changed, but like really changed? I would raise my hand and say yes. And if you don't employ the correct tools to navigate, if you don't employ the correct tools to work through it, to understand it, you'll be on the sidelines and you'll be saying, there are no good men. There are no good women. Why are, and I hear, and I'll be honest with you, I see so much trash, you know, instead of people coming together and wanting to understand, I see a lot of trash. I see a lot of blaming. I see a lot of superiority, you know. I see a lot of, well, you shouldn't do this is your fault. You shouldn't blah blah blah. And yeah, I agree with all of that. But I also it makes me wonder if that's sort of taken aside and trying to say what people have done wrong, if that just continues to isolate us. Because listen, at the end of the day, all of us have done things wrong. So, if people, I mean, if we go back and look at your history, I'm honest about what my deal is, right? And things are so funny because I guess people, excuse me as I step away, but I guess people sometimes forget that I am a life coach. So, people were trying to label me. They were trying to guess, what I was going through. They were trying to, see if it was me. And well, what are you going through? Are you, when I did my, you could be dating a narcissist series. And I'm like, people apparently forget, don't remember, maybe not even just care that I'm a life coach. And if I see that the majority of my clients are dealing with a certain persona or a certain issue, then that means that there are others who are out there dealing with it who I will never touch personally. Oh, but here's what you also need to know. By me dealing in that arena, talking through that arena, I've had several people reach out to me and say, "Wow, I'm dealing with the same thing," or "Wow, I've been through the same thing. Thank you for dealing with that." See, that's the part that you don't understand. But I'm secure. I'm not bothered by what other people think, because when I see someone, how can I say it, dealing with issues or topics, it's not important to me about what they're doing. It's or if it affects them directly. What's important is that I get the right information. And that's the whole point of why I do it, to get you the right information. I want to get the right information to you. And I'm not sitting back there going, wow, when a guy is talking about, how guys are, and ladies, this is the type of guy you should avoid, or ladies, these are some of the things that you should do. My mind is not processing that person. Okay, dang, he must have been through some crazy stuff. Dang, she must have been through some crazy stuff. Excuse me, y'all. No, what my mind is processing is, let me get this information so I don't have to go through some crazy stuff. But let me just tell you, doesn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to continue to disseminate good quality information. All you have to do is check out my page. I dealt in length, a long long lengths, about you could be dating a narcissist. It just kind of came on my heart that that's something that I should deal with. And you know what? If I need to go back there, I'm going to go back there again. Going to go back there again if I need to. And I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think about me. If it's helping when I get those messages, that's why I do what I do. And I'm putting it out there. You have to have a tough back. You have to have a strong back in this coaching arena. And especially when you become a content creator, because everyone wants to chime in on what they think you should do, what they think you're saying, what they think that you're dealing with. And really, they really don't know. Because at the end of the day, we're all dealing with something. We all have that thing that we have to overcome. We've all made mistakes in the dating arena, right? We've all made mistakes in marriages. That's common knowledge. That's it. Okay? And honestly, people can hear your trauma a lot of times as you talk. I kind of get a little bit of a pass because I'm a coach and I deal with people, but still really I don't. Really, I don't, because people are very astute to be able to listen, and they can hear your trauma. They can hear what you're not over. They can hear what you're still dealing with. Okay? So a lot of times we think, well, people can't see mine. I can just tell people, I can tell people what to do, but they can't see mine. I don't care if people see mine, because one of the commitments that I have made to myself is to heal. That's a journey, and that's a loaded word, okay? But whether you're dealing with a controlling partner, whether you're dealing with an abusive partner, whether you're dealing with a narcissistic partner, whether you're dealing with a selfish partner, the most important thing that you can do, the most important thing that I can do, is not even focus on the other person. The most important thing to do is to heal. That's a loaded word, because to just say heal, okay, where does that begin? That is something that you will have to take the time to do. If you want to talk to me about it, that's what I do. It's who I am as a life coach, bringing about change in your own life. Okay. Because that's a loaded word, and it sounds simple, but it's not. Healing is a process and it takes time. So, whether you've been through a relationship that has cost you on any level, you need to heal. The sad thing is, most people need to heal from trauma while in a relationship, or trauma that they've endured from past relationships. The smart ones recognize it and get some help. The sad thing is, there's so many who don't recognize it and who won't go get the help that they need, and they keep spreading their trauma on others. And that's why you see so many issues in our community. So many people who are not healed, and they keep spreading their trauma on other people, and traumatizing others, and then going on to the next person, blaming, looking back. The question is, though, not whether or not you caused any trauma. The question is, are you committed to make change? None of us is perfect, because in marriages, people are not perfect. They just commit to one another. They just commit through the trauma, through the pain. I'm gonna stick here with you. Can we work through it? Yes, we can work through it. And they continue to make that commitment. They continue to choose each other each and every day. But it's no condemnation if that isn't is you. Is no condemnation if that is not you. Is no condemnation whatsoever. We are all here at this particular point in time for a reason. Let's just deal and be the best person that we can be in this season. Point blank, period. I have no blame. I simply want to help you if you're dealing with a tough relational issue and with the tough dating streets which have presented to us. So let me go ahead and just get into it, okay? And I'm going to be real short tonight because I have to move on to something else. What is a challenge? Number one, what's one of the main challenges in dating? In fact, instead of me just telling you that, why don't I go ahead and go to my first video? All right.
For the most part, women, I'm just gonna be real. For the most part, men normally don't change their character. Like if you meet a guy and he's a certain way, character wise, for the most part, he's not gonna change. For the most part, women, I'm just gonna be real. For the most part, men normally don't change their character. Like if you meet a guy and he's a certain way, character wise, for the most part, he's not gonna change. For the
I guess it was so nice. I wanted you to hear it twice. Just kidding. So tip number one when dating, why are we always trying to change people? I always read and always give study to what I'm about to talk to you about. And that is just it in a nutshell. Ladies, gentlemen, who you get whole largely is going to be who that person is. Okay. There's some people who can change and roll and kind of adapt and all that kind of stuff in a relationship, but most people cannot. I just happened to choose that particular video, y'all. I mean, I'm a little bit more of a changeable person. I'm a little bit more flexible, but do I think most people are? I don't know. I would question. But here's what I'm saying. And I'm real practical. If you like to go to church every Sunday and you're looking for a spouse to go to church with you every Sunday, and that man or that woman says, I don't believe in all of that. When you're dating, what are you going to do? You're going to step back and say, let me give thought to this, or you're going to continue to try to change them. If you say, I don't believe in premarital intimacy, but you're dating someone who says, I've got to have it. I'm not going to go without it. What do? Are you going to just ignore it? Or are you going to just or are you going to cave in and go to their side? Because I'm not going to get into that because that could be judging. I'm not judging either way, whether the person says that this is what they want to do, they can't go without it, whether you say that is not what you're interested in. I'm not on the side to judge either of you. What I'm saying is, let's pull off the rose-colored glasses, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at people for who they are. Let's accept them for who they are. Let's listen very closely to what they're saying, because they're always telling us who they are. They're always showing us who they are. Now, granted, I believe you have to kind of get through that hit of dopamine or whatever it is that we go through, oxytocin or whatever that we get, when we're first dating and all in love and all excited and all that kind of stuff. But believe them when they tell you and show you who they are. You trying to change a person is going to cause frustration. And ladies, I'm going to speak directly to you. If you see it, believe it. Don't go into it thinking you're going to change him. If he's a guy who doesn't like to dress up, he likes to be casual, and you like to wear Sunday's best every day, what are you going to do? You're going to try to change him? He might go along with you. But then sometimes people go along with you in the interim, and then they resent you later on for trying to change who they inherently are. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Because who they are will always surface. That person, who you are, it will always surface. So if it's not quite gelling in the dating stage, listen, I know that there are things that appear to be stacked against us. There's the fear. There's the ticking biological clock. There's the feeling of desperation. There is the appearance of a shortage of on the ladies' side sometimes, and sometimes even men say shortage of good people. I mean, really quality people. It appears that there is, because I don't know that I necessarily believe that unless you've traveled all over this continent. But with all of those things appearing to be stacked against you, I still want to encourage you. Stop trying to change the person. Dating mistake number one. See them for who they are, accept it, and determine if it's something that you're going to live with. When you go into a situation saying that you're going to change somebody, or, yeah, I can work on that, that's not only immature, it is a setup for failure and a setup for heartbreak. I know this is a tough thing to say right off bat, but could we be doing this wrong, going in thinking we're going to change someone? Could we? We very well could be. I've been guilty of that myself, but I've had to learn. I've had to learn people are who they are. And that may not even be grammatically incorrect, and it may not be even profoundly correct in what I said, except for its simplicity. People are who and whom they are, and they rarely veer very far from it. If they're doing some things which annoy you in the dating stage or in the getting to know them stage, guess what? It's going to magnify when you get married and you get a ring on the finger. It's going to magnify because the mask comes off. No need to impress anymore. You can't change him. You can't change her. They are who they are. Are we making a mistake of trying to change people out there in the dating arena? Hey, y'all, I am Kisa. I am Coach K. And hey, if you want to partner with my mission, Sharper Associates is what you do. I've had some people ask, how do we support you? What can we do with you helping us navigate these dating streets out here? There you have it. And for those of you who want a complimentary clarity call, or you know someone who does, KisaSharp.com/life-coaching. Listen, I thank you for your time. And listen, I want to just encourage you, stop trying to change people. Step back a little bit, see the full picture, talk to someone who's trusted, ask them, okay? Ask, and I tell you what, go talk to someone who's been married a long time and ask them, do people really change? Ask them and see. I'm Kisa. I thank you so much for joining me. Y'all, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow with Are We Dating All Wrong? Tip number